A single handful of the wrong nut can make your legs feel 10 years older by next week. Sound crazy? Keep watching because what I'm about to show you might just save you from a dangerous fall. Just this past March, the FDA pulled thousands of bags of roasted cashews from stores across America after routine testing revealed dangerous Salmonella contamination. We're talking about Trader Joe's stores in states from California to New York. One contaminated bag could land you in the hospital for weeks, and when you're over 65, that kind of setback can steal months from your life. But here's what the mainstream media isn't telling you. The real danger isn't just contamination. It's the nuts sitting in your pantry right now that are silently robbing your strength, making your joints ache, and setting you up for the kind of fall that changes everything. Today, I'm counting down 4 nuts you absolutely must eat to keep your legs strong and your balance steady, plus 4 nuts that could be sabotaging your mobility without you even knowing it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which nut can trigger inflammation so severe it affects your walking balance in just days. Comment below if you've ever noticed your legs feeling heavier or less stable after certain snacks. You might be surprised at what's really causing it. Let's start with the good news. The 4th nut you must eat if you're over 65 is pistachios, and here's why they're absolute game changers for your circulation. New research from 2024 shows that eating pistachios daily dramatically improves what scientists call endothelial function. That's the fancy term for how well your blood vessels expand and contract to keep blood flowing smoothly. In studies involving older adults, those who ate pistachios experienced significant drops in blood pressure and much steadier blood sugar levels throughout the day. But here's why this matters for your daily life. Better circulation means warmer feet, fewer dizzy spells when you stand up, and faster recovery when your legs feel tired after walking. Think about it. When your blood moves efficiently, your muscles get the oxygen they need to stay strong. Your balance stays sharp because your brain gets consistent blood flow. Even those cold hands and feet that seem to come with age start warming up again. The research is clear. Pistachios reduce something called peripheral vascular resistance, which is basically how hard your heart has to work to pump blood through your body. Lower resistance means your heart works easier and your legs get the fuel they need to keep you moving confidently. But pistachios only get the blood moving. What rebuilds the muscle itself? That's where our 3rd must-eat nut comes in. Almonds are sarcopenia's silent enemy, and if you don't know what sarcopenia is, you need to pay attention. It's the medical term for age-related muscle loss, and it's happening to your body right now, whether you feel it or not. After age 65, you lose approximately 1 to 2% of your muscle mass every single year. That might not sound like much, but over 5 years, we're talking about losing 10% of your strength. Recent studies show that the protein and magnesium in almonds can slash your frailty risk by up to 22%. That's not just about looking stronger. That's about avoiding the kind of muscle weakness that makes simple tasks like getting out of a chair or climbing stairs feel impossible. Here's something fascinating. Participants in these studies reported that nighttime leg cramps and those annoying muscle twitches that wake you up at 3 in the morning practically disappeared within weeks of adding almonds to their daily routine. The magnesium in almonds acts like a natural muscle relaxer, while the protein provides the building blocks your body needs to maintain muscle tissue. Quick tip here, and this is important. Stick to raw or dry roasted almonds. Those yogurt-coated almonds you see at the store might taste like a treat, but they're loaded with sugar that completely undoes the muscle-building benefits. The sugar spikes your blood glucose, triggers inflammation, and actually accelerates muscle breakdown. Great, but what if you need an easy, budget-friendly protein punch that doesn't cost a fortune? That's where our 2nd must-eat nut comes in. Peanuts are budget muscle fuel, and before you say peanuts aren't technically nuts, let me tell you why that doesn't matter. What matters is the results. Right now, researchers are conducting a 6-month randomized controlled trial testing whether peanut butter can improve walking speed, balance, and even protect your telomeres in adults over 65. Telomeres are like the protective caps on your shoelaces, but for your DNA. As they get shorter, your cells age faster. Early results suggest that the compounds in peanuts might actually slow this aging process at the cellular level. Here's the key. We're talking about plain peanuts or natural peanut butter powder, not those flavored snack packs that are basically candy in disguise. Those honey-roasted, chocolate-covered varieties are sugar traps that spike your blood glucose and trigger the exact kind of inflammation that weakens your muscles. But even peanuts pale in comparison to our number one must-eat nut. Still feeling drained by noon? One exotic nut can recharge your cells, but only one a day. And here's why that limit is absolutely critical. Brazil nuts are your one-a-day power shot, and this is where things get really interesting. Each Brazil nut contains more selenium than almost any other food on Earth. Selenium is like a master key that unlocks your body's ability to rebuild muscle and nerve tissue. It's essential for thyroid function, immune system strength, and cellular repair. But here's the controversy. Some health influencers are pushing handfuls of Brazil nuts for thyroid health, and that's not just wrong, it's dangerous. Selenium toxicity is real, and it hits fast. More than 2 Brazil nuts per day can cause hair loss, brittle nails, and even nerve damage. The recommended daily intake of selenium is only 55 micrograms, and a single Brazil nut can contain up to 95 micrograms. One Brazil nut gives you all the selenium you need to supercharge your cellular repair without crossing into toxic territory. It's like having a nutritional insurance policy in a single bite. Now that you know what fixes your legs, here's what's tearing them apart, and these next 4 nuts might surprise you. Cashews and pecans are the sneaky inflammation duo, and they're probably sitting in your kitchen right now. Let's start with cashews. Most commercial cashews are roasted in cheap seed oils. They're already rancid before they hit the shelves. Then they're loaded with sodium that can spike your blood pressure within hours. Remember that FDA recall I mentioned earlier? Trader Joe's cashews tested positive for Salmonella contamination during routine import testing. That's not a one-time thing. Cashews are particularly susceptible to contamination because of how they're processed. They're actually steamed at high temperatures to remove natural toxins, and if that process isn't perfect, you're looking at serious health risks. But even clean cashews can trigger joint stiffness and inflammation in sensitive individuals. The high copper content can throw off your zinc balance, leading to increased inflammation throughout your body. Pecans are even worse when they're candied or glazed. Those sweet pecans you see during the holidays are drowning your digestive system in sugar and rancid fats. The sugar feeds harmful bacteria in your gut, while the damaged fats promote inflammation that shows up as afternoon leg aches and morning stiffness. If those were slow poison, these next 2 are metabolic wrecking balls that feel healthy until they're not. Macadamias and walnuts are the heavy hitters in the danger category, and this might shock you because they're often marketed as superfoods. Let's start with macadamias. These nuts are so calorie-dense that it's almost impossible not to overeat them. A single cup contains over 900 calories, and older adults' metabolisms simply can't handle that kind of caloric load efficiently. There's an ongoing debate in the nutrition world because some industry-funded studies claim macadamias don't cause weight gain, but independent research tells a different story. When your metabolism is already slowing down with age, those extra calories get stored as fat, particularly around your midsection where it interferes with balance and mobility. But walnuts might be the most misunderstood nut of all. Yes, they contain omega-3 fatty acids, but they also contain much higher levels of omega-6 fats. In older adults who aren't eating enough fish or taking omega-3 supplements, this imbalance can actually increase chronic inflammation rather than reduce it. Here's the bigger problem. Walnuts go rancid faster than almost any other nut because of their high fat content. That bitter aftertaste you sometimes notice? That's rancidity, and rancid fats are inflammatory compounds that can worsen joint pain and muscle stiffness within days. So, how do you spot freshness and avoid that bitter bite that signals damage? Fresh nuts should smell sweet and nutty, never bitter or metallic. They should feel crisp, not soft or chewy. If you're buying in bulk, Check the turnover rate at your store. Nuts sitting under fluorescent lights for months are already breaking down. Let me give you a rapid recap. For builders versus for breakers. Your builders are pistachios for circulation, almonds for muscle strength, peanuts for budget-friendly protein, and Brazil nuts for cellular repair. Your breakers are cashews and pecans for inflammation, macadamias for metabolic overload, and walnuts for omega imbalance. Here's your challenge. Audit your pantry tonight. Find one danger nut and replace it with one must-eat nut. Comment below and tell me what you switched. Did you dump the candied pecans for raw almonds? Trade the rancid walnuts for fresh pistachios? I want to hear your commitment to stronger legs and better balance. If this information helped you understand why your energy might be flagging or your legs feeling weaker, hit that like button and share this video with someone you care about. Your friends and family deserve to know which nuts are helping and which ones are hurting. And if you want to discover the hidden joint pain foods that are probably in your refrigerator right now, causing inflammation you didn't even know was preventable, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. Next week, I am revealing the 5 foods that seem healthy but are actually stealing your mobility one meal at a time. Remember, every choice you make about what you eat is either building your strength or breaking it down. Choose wisely, and your legs will thank you for years to come.